What's up with the squad? Back with another video. Y'all see in the title what's going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it in the title. So check it out. So we got Stephen A. Smith. More on Stephen A. Smith. When I tell y'all, one thing about it, from what I've learned from the post that I'm about to show y'all, is that I feel like a lot of people are slowly realizing what Trump and his administration is doing for the country. And obviously, there's a lot of people that's in denial. People that didn't like Trump before and just continue to talk crazy about Trump. Mind you, this is the same person who's done way more in the past since he stepped foot in the White House. Matter of fact, I can't even say that. Before he stepped foot in the White House, way more than Biden and Harris campaign. But here, let's go ahead and check this video out. Stephen A. Smith saying that he didn't vote for Trump, but not mad he won either.
I tip my hat to the Republicans, to the conservatives out here and what they did in this last election. Again, I did not vote for Donald Trump. Unlike people that suddenly turned around and kissing his ring and trying to feign like they're suddenly a supporter of his. No, I did not vote for him, but I got to tell you something.
And I feel like I'm gonna let this video. I mean, it's a small video, a little short video, but I don't want to forget what I got to say with, the part that, him saying kissing his ring and people acting like I feel like this is what a lot of people, I would say, are definitely afraid of. Like when it comes to my dad sometimes, let's throw my dad in this equation. My dad's a Democrat. We've talked about it before. Other family members, not even just my dad, that I'm going to throw in this equation. I feel like there's a lot of things when it comes to people that don't like Trump or people that are Democrats that they're afraid to just say, I really mess with Trump. I really mess with Trump. I actually genuinely love what he's doing. He's actually done this. He's actually done that. Because there's no way somebody can actually just be like, I don't like what Trump is doing. I mean, I don't see that. Like I feel like there's something that they have, because I just don't see that with the last the Biden and Harris administration. Last minute, I don't see how people could actually just dislike Trump but not say anything about that administration. And when Stephen A. Smith is sitting here, he's like, "Oh, you people are kissing that ring and turning around." I feel like that, by all means, anybody that's watching this and don't like Trump, because there's people that obviously are on my channel that don't like Trump or trying to learn what Trump. One thing about it, I can't tell obviously tell what person who to like who, what to do with it. My job is to actually put a smile on y'all's face. That's what I've mainly done when it comes to YouTube. On top of when it comes to putting out the truth, putting out more and more information. That's why I talk for the people in the back. But at the same time, for people that are learning Trump, don't like Trump, or a Democrat, this, that, and the other. If you're liking what Trump is doing and you decide to make that, it's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you, it's just being real at the end of the day. So,
for him, but I got to tell you something. I'm not mad he won. I'm not mad he won because when I see, especially in the aftermath of the election, some of the things that transpired with the Democratic Party, in an effort to manipulate the election and the vote, it really ticked me off. You can't sit up there standing on your pedestal, pretending to be paragons of virtue and pointing out all that ails our country because of the conservatives and the right, and then turn around and provide all the ammunition in the world for us to look at you and say, how are you much different?
And one thing about it, I'm not even going to lie, is that I tell y'all, I've been telling y'all for a little minute now, when it comes to these Democrats and what they're doing, when I tell y'all, even Sunny Hostin yesterday, said herself that the Democrats are failing, except, her man, Hakeem Jeffries. But other than that, and me personally, I'm saying that's what she said. Me personally, I think they're all failing. I think they are, just for the simple fact, how they act, what's going on. I've been seeing different little posts, especially from, what is her name? Jasmine Crockett. Horrible. When it comes down to a lot of things, horrible. They literally have nobody to speak up for. Like, I literally just seen somebody saying Jasmine Crockett for president, Hakeem Jeffries for president, what is his name? Tim Walz. I just seen a post literally like 30 minutes ago about Tim Walz. Can y'all imagine? Like, that is, I'm telling y'all, bro, that whole campaign to be, and we've seen what Tim Walz can do, literally. But y'all got it here. This is Stephen A. Smith. I want to show y'all a couple videos before we get into, Tom Homan. But check this out, what Stephen A. Smith had to say right here.
They're literally sitting up on Capitol Hill. Not all, but most of them. They're the party. They're literally sitting up on Capitol Hill acting like their only job is to be in opposite of Donald Trump in every way, shape, form, and fashion. That's not going to get them the midterms. That's not going to help them regain the White House. It's fool's gold. And somebody needs to tell them. I'm trying to tell them. I don't think I'm alone, but when the conservatives like yourself and various others are uttering this stuff, it pains me to say, you're right. And they better do something about it, because in the end, and Lord help them if the tariff situation works in Trump's favor, they're really not going to have a leg to stand on then. Lord help them if that happens.
I'm telling y'all, that's one thing about it. Y'all see it, Stephen A. Smith basically giving a blunt message to Democrats. They're sitting on up on Capitol Hill acting like their only job is to be the opposite of Donald Trump in every way, shape, or form, which is true. Anything that Donald Trump does, anything we've seen down to, and it made me so mad, so mad every time I even think about, this situation, because it makes me so mad. And definitely big shout outs to DJ Daniels. I'm pretty sure that's his name. If I did get it wrong, I definitely apologize. 13-year-old, survivor. And it really means a lot to me. My mom, breast cancer survivor, my aunt, a couple of my aunts actually. And I know, a lot of y'all, having family members, that have dealt with, having cancer or survivor, and it made me so mad because, Trump doing so much, doing a lot, and honoring, DJ, something so amazing as that. You had so many people saying little crazy things, sad things, that y'all know of, when it comes to a lot of people, even reaching the Breakfast Club. I forgot her name, a comedian or whatever, whoever she is, saying something about his hair. And it sucks, because it's like everything Trump does. Like, I always tell y'all that too, when it comes to The View, The View they're the main people, most of their views come from Trump and his administration, that name, that title. So I'm telling y'all, it definitely is messed up. But I want to check this out. Tom Homan tells Stephen A. Smith why he thinks Biden purposely let the illegal immigrants, into the United States. So let's check this out.
Have you received any kind of explanation as to why former President Biden literally went against what former President Barack Obama did during his presidency? And the numbers show he actually deported more immigrants out of this country than Trump did. Yet,
let me go back, y'all. Let me go back. So for the people that's always comment on my videos, for everybody that's always comment on my videos, talking crazy about Trump, he's doing this and doing that. Check it out right here.
Deported
about Obama.
More immigrants out of this country than Trump did. Yet Biden comes into office in 2020, and he went completely against what Obama had done. You ever received intel explanation as to why he did that?
That's a great question. You're the first ones to ask me that question, right? Now, I surmise, I have an opinion that I think this administration thought these millions of people are going to be future Democratic voters. But one of the things Biden also did, in addition to destroying all the programs we put in place to give us a more secure border, he overturned the Trump census rule, which means millions of people they've released in sanctuary cities will be counted in the next census, which is going to result in what? More seats in House for the damaged. So I truly believe they saw future political benefit from this. But you're exactly right. Mm-hmm. And I've said this. Why do I think he did it on purpose? Because Joe Biden was vice president under Barack Obama when he had those record removals. Alejandro Mayorkas was a deputy secretary under Obama when he had those removals. And we had we had thousands of families coming across the border every day. How did we stop it? We built family residential centers. We held them long enough to see a judge. 90% lost a case. 90%. So we put them in an airplane, sent them home. The border numbers tanked. So both those men knew how we solved that crisis. When they came back in as now the secretary and the president, what did they do? The complete opposite. They didn't detain. They released. They didn't make them see a judge, and they weren't removing them. So they did the complete opposite of what they knew worked under President Obama.
Wow.
Telling you the complete opposite. And we literally just got done talking about that. As Stephen Smith said on Fox, that literally they do the complete opposite. They don't, and people have to realize that. And there's more to this that I'll be showing, but it literally just goes to show y'all. It literally goes to show everybody what Trump is doing. He's doing the right thing. And there's reasons on why, they're doing it this way rather than the other way. It is very sad. When I tell y'all it's very sad, and on top of that, just for people that aren't understanding it completely, y'all seen how Biden, how he was acting, the way that he would talk, the way that he would say this, him tripping over things, him not, remembering things a lot, and y'all know for a fact when it comes to Obama and that whole administration, and we've heard even from Lindy, when I did that video on Lindy, pretty sure that's her name, there's more to a lot of the things that happened, with that Biden-Harris administration, and I know it is. And it's pretty, I'm telling y'all, it's pretty crazy. But here he goes. He explains more. Stephen A. Smith obviously is learning. When I say he's learning more and more and more, because, and it takes some people. I'm not even going to lie, bro. I always say that people are in denial. There are people that's very in denial. But it also takes people to realize what's actually going on and stop believing, the lies that people give out. You know what I mean? Because you obviously see everything that Trump doing. You obviously see it, bro. Like, I feel like everything that I've seen that Trump done, that his administration has done, you see literally it's all right there in front of you. So that it be making me so mad when people aren't paying it. It's like they pay attention, but they don't, bro. Because it's right there in front of their face. Literally everywhere.
You're considered one of the masterminds of the first Trump administration's infamous zero tolerance policy, which led to the separation of thousands of migrant children from their parents in the eyes of many at the very least. The idea led to the separation of more than, I think, 4,000 children from their parents, and some were lamenting that some of them were put in cages. How do you answer these questions? For those that don't know, how do you answer questions like that, like I just posed to you, in terms of 4,000 children being separated from their parents?
Absolutely. So where did zero tolerance come from? Zero tolerance came from this. 31% of women that make their journey get raped by the criminal cartels. Children were dying on that border every day. Dying. Either drowning in a river, dying making that journey. Children were sexually assaulted. And children were dying in the desert. They made that journey, and a lot of women and children not only died, many were sexually assaulted. So we said, look.
But I feel like that's also something that people aren't getting. They're looking at the fact, okay, well, they're doing this and they're letting this happen and this, that, but they're not realizing what a lot of these kids, what they actually are going through. I'm telling you, bro, like a lot of this stuff. And like I said, like a lot of people don't have common sense whatsoever. A lot of people don't have common sense. A lot of people don't think about those things. A lot of people don't think about those things, bro. And it's for real sad, bro.
How can we save lives? How can we stop the sexual assault of children? So we said, look, let's prosecute them because it's a crime to enter this country illegally. So if we prosecute them and put them in jail, maybe the numbers go down, maybe less will come. And it worked. Zero tolerance, the numbers of families putting themselves in harm's way and putting themselves in the hands of criminal cartels dropped significantly. However, the sad part about it, the unfortunate part about it, is that when you prosecute a parent and put them in jail, the child won't go with them. And I'll say this. I started as a police officer in New York. Police agencies across this country separate families 1,000 times a day across this country because the child doesn't go to jail with a parent. And I've said during my testimony, and one time I was testifying at Hill, when I was a cop in New York, when I went to domestic violence call and I arrested the father, I separated that family. Child can't go to jail with him. When I arrested a DUI and he had a child in the car, I separated that family. It's an unfortunate
It is very unfortunate. I'm not even gonna lie. My dad being a police, being a police officer still to this day. 26 years. 26 years being a police officer. My parents, my aunties, my nana, my grandmother, foster parents. Foster parents. So I've been seeing, the whole, when it comes to, and I'm sure somebody, that's watching this is a foster parent, I want to say that I appreciate you so much. It means a lot to me, because when I say there are a lot of kids that's in the system, when I tell y'all, people don't think about these things, bro. People don't think about none of this stuff. It is serious. It becomes, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna make it make sense for people that's not understanding. They still want to be in denial about it. When you enter this country illegally, it becomes more of a problem. It becomes more of a problem. You hear them say, that it's a crime. You have this person doing this. You don't know who this person is. You got this person doing this crime. You got this person doing this. Take them to jail. Then you got a problem with, separation of a kid. And you got a kid in foster care, but they don't have this, Bro, when I tell y'all that it's so many things that are messed up that people don't realize, they don't realize. There are so many kids that's in the system right now that literally you can't place them here. My nana is literally, and she's been in the foster care for so long, dealing with, a lot. You have to deal with different things, bro. You got to deal with caseworkers. You got to take, it's literally like your whole life is within those kids. And my grandmother, she has one. She done had so many foster kids ever since I was in elementary. So, and I'm 27 now. So it's been a lot of, and she's still to this day. She adopted 3 of her foster kids that she has, and she has, and 3 of, one of them moved, I'm pretty sure, age 18, and then she has 2 that lives there, and then she has 3. So she has, I think, I want to say 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. Mind you, this is my grandmother having kids that young. I'm telling y'all, it's one of those things. There's not a lot of foster parents out here, so it creates more and more problems, and it's so sad just thinking about everything, bro.
Saddest part of law enforcement: families get separated when the parents get arrested. So we do let the families 1,000 times a day in this country with Americans, but they want a different set of rules for illegal aliens. But the whole intent of doing this was to save lives with less sexual assaults on women and children. That was the whole purpose for it. But they keep harping on that Trump's family separation policy. But and you're right, about 4,000. But they don't talk about the 500,000, 500,000 separations that this administration is responsible for, because they send a message to the whole world. If you're a child and you're crossing this country illegally, you're not going to be deported. We'll deliver you to the very same people who paid a criminal cartel to smuggle you into this country. So, what we did was try to save lives and decrease sexual assaults. What they did was send a message to the whole world. Child can cross the border. We'll get them to the final destination at government expense and reward the people who paid the criminal cartels. Bring them, and that's why the numbers exploded, because there's no consequence. We had a consequence. They didn't.
That's an incredibly compelling answer that you just gave. I can't refute it. No one should, as far as I'm concerned, sir.
And I'm telling you. And then it goes to show y'all. I'm telling y'all, it literally goes to show y'all of how bad, when it came down to, the Obama, when it came to, Biden administration especially. And that's why a lot of these, that's why it's happening right. And it's happening right now. But the thing is that you heard Stephen A. And I obviously knew, and I'm sure y'all did. Obama deported way more. But people have, and that's what makes me so mad. It's like Trump does everything. He's, and the crazy thing is, so many people, they say they love Biden. They say they love Obama, They love what they're doing. Oh, I love Kamala. I love, But at the same time, when it comes down to it, especially Obama, I would say, since we talking about, when it comes to Obama and what he did, the pouring out, and there's a video. I'm mad I didn't put the video in here. But when it comes down to it, Trump does it, it's a problem. When I tell y'all anything this man does, anything, it's a problem. It becomes a problem all the time. Check out Stephen A. Smith on The View, y'all.
But you're talking about what he's doing. But before you brought that up, you brought up the message that the Democratic Party was disseminating. I'm challenging you on that. That is not what they were doing. I'm not talking about the intent.
We did it.
I was here too. I was alive and breathing right here on the air talking to everybody else. The bottom line is this. You're Joe Biden. You opened borders. Now remember, Barack Obama deported more people than Trump did.
Yes.
You know what he didn't do? He didn't stick out his chest and bloviate about it. He just did it.
Yeah.
What does Joe Biden do? Who is a Democrat? Who's the vice president under Barack Obama? He opens borders. Over 12 plus million people entered the country. You had stuff going on in the streets. There was a migrant crisis here.
That he's the reason that there is a migrant crisis?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
saying. I'm saying he contributed to it.
All right.
Me personally, yes. If I was on yes. Me personally, yes, because there are a lot of things that obviously could have been done. You know, it could have been a lot of things that could have been done. So I'm telling y'all, bro, this sickening.
There is a migrant crisis.
This is sickening.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
saying. I'm saying he contributed. I'm saying he contributed to it. But the biggest point I'm making.
He just took the key and just opened up a door.
He just took. Well, that's part of it. Even the Democrats say. Even the Democrats.
See what I mean? But then you have people like Sonny Hostin that obviously is being sarcastic about this. He just had a key and opened up the door. Basically, he might as well. Might as well have had a key and opened up the door because that's what it really was. That's honestly what it really was. And we all seen it. We literally all seen it. I'm telling y'all, bro. It literally is insane. You know, it literally is insane on how they act with this stuff, y'all. I'm telling you. Check it out. It's more of Stephen A. Smith on The View.
6 weeks. Seems like 6 years, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And he's been going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide and blowout win. But he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever. And he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020, Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won a popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
Well, it's a different definition of a mandate, I guess.
But the problem is that if you're the Democratic Party and you lost 49.8% to 48.3%, and you're looking at that 1.5% dip, that's an excuse for you to say, what we did really wasn't that bad.
Some people didn't
we should continue to do that.
Do you think that those...
You hear Sonny, some people didn't show up. It literally just goes to show you. And I feel like the Democratic Party obviously would be taken more serious if it's more of the truth. Instead of being in denial, lying, you know what I mean? If it's more, because I don't take it serious at all, bro. Like when I first started, obviously coming from a Democratic family, like I was trying to understand like why is my family, Democrats? I want to learn more about it. And it took me a while to understand, and obviously, came in as an independent, didn't really know, but then I was like, yeah, that's just not for me. I can't believe that. And then now seeing how bad that party is, I'm telling y'all, it's not good. It's not right now. It definitely isn't right now. And I don't see it getting any better because of the things that they do, the things that they say, is not right. And I feel like a lot of people are slowly understanding it. I'm telling you, slowly understanding that. Even if people aren't liking Trump, there are a lot of people that cannot stand and are moving away from what the Democrats have to say. They're obviously paying attention and seeing what's going on. And I absolutely love it. I can't tell people obviously who to vote for, who to like, what to like, But one thing about it is that when it comes to the truth about, this stuff, I'm telling y'all, bro, it's important to get it out, to a lot of people. Definitely hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Got to get to the next video. It is literally 1:10 in the morning. So you already know. Catch y'all next one.